Hey everyone, this is Prince Watercress, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This time around, it's Bonk's adventure for the TurboGrafx-16/PC engine. Learned recently that I can actually play these games, so I might as well go ahead and start coverage of the system with one of the best games for the system. As you can see, it's a nifty little side-scroller where you move around, jump around, headbutt things, do a little bit of climbing here and there. It's pretty awesome for the most part. I have heard it's an easy yet very fun game. So, here we go. Getting around is pretty easy for the most part. You move around with the left and right on the control pad. Button 1 jumps, button 2 lets you headbutt. You can either headbutt enemies from the ground, or you can do an even stronger headbutt in midair. By pressing the jump button at the right time on these yellow plants, you can go up into the air to collect these food items. And in case you've taken any hits, any damage, you can collect the food to slowly refill your health. You have 3 hearts, but you can take quite a bit of damage before you lose a life. Health is in the upper left, the number of lives you have, as well as your score is in the lower right. Also, in case a pink plant is not moving at all, if you leap on it, it changes into an enemy. And you can take it down for some points. If a pink plant is moving, you can jump on it, and it'll give you a power-up, usually some health. Then it'll disappear. The orange plant gave us some meat. By eating the meat, we get a little stronger. We can take more damage, and we can also deal more damage too. We do like double damage, I think, when we're in this angry mood where Bonk goes to tan, and then brown. And if you collect 2 pieces of meat, Bonk will be completely brown, and you'll have that little fit of invincibility that you had recently for a limited time. Of course, this effect deteriorates over time, and eventually Bonk will be back to his more cheerful self after a couple of seconds. While you're slightly angry, you can take less damage. Matter of fact, I don't think you do take any damage at all. Anyway, we're now at 1-2. And the way I climbed the wall there, I leapt all the way into it and then held right at the top of my jump. Bonk held onto the wall with his teeth, and by repeatedly pressing button 1, I was able to keep pressing it repeatedly until I climbed to the top of the wall. Also, there is a big piece of meat which is equivalent to 2 small pieces of meat. If you pick it up, you'll instantly go into an invincible mode, and you'll be in the much stronger form of Bonk's anger. I recently just started playing this, and it's, as you can see, is kind of tough to explain. But anyway, the earth is moving, we gotta stay away from the lava, we gotta stay away from the rocks coming out of the volcanoes because those will hurt you too. Still a pretty easy stage, but the game throws more at you. Going on to World 1-3. Those little blue slugs take 2 hits to hit from the ground, 1 from the air, because the air headbutt does double damage compared to the one on the ground. And you also want to stay away from these Stegosaurus spikes because those things will hurt you. They seem to pop in and out every other tile there. And I did not headbutt that hat there because I wanted to go to the right and get those 3 food items for some extra points. When you're ready to go in the dinosaur, just do a headbutt from the air, land head first on the hat. You'll wake up the dinosaur and you'll end up inside of the dinosaur. You've got these little uvulas with little anime ghost faces. You definitely want to be out of the way of them when they move because they will hurt you when they switch positions or if you run into them. Also did a little spin motion there. If you keep pressing button 2 while in midair, you'll do a spin. If you press button 2 twice, you'll do a complete 360 and Bonk will be able to land on his feet. You can use this to extend your jumps and also get momentum in case you don't jump very far because you jumped right when you just started moving, because apparently Bonk's jumps are apparently momentum based for some reason. And here's that big piece of meat again. Let's go ahead and take advantage of the invincibility as best as we can. Go ahead and take care of some of these little tapeworm-like enemies too. Believe it or not, unlike other platformers, you can leap into enemies from underneath and still hit them. This not only works on the ground, but also underwater too. Just press button 1 while you're underwater and you'll do a little vertical headbutt there, where you can hit enemies directly over you. Remember, the little ability to hit enemies from underneath not only applies underwater, but also applies on dry land. This is just the first time we're seeing it. Break these blocks with the headbutt, get a heart to refill one of our hearts, and then press up once you're in front of that open dinosaur skull, and you'll go in. This is an elevator that leads directly down to the boss. All the boss rooms will pretty much look like this, and the first boss you're going to fight is this guy with a flashing helmet on his head who spits bubbles at you. Thankfully, he's pretty easy to deal with for the most part. All you got to do is get right above him, stay in place, keep headbutting him from overhead until he dies. As you can see, it's pretty easy to do, as long as you don't accidentally spin. Very, very easy boss. By destroying the helmet on this boss, you'll bring this guy back to his former self. Apparently, Bonk's friends are being controlled by some unknown force. And now that we've saved them, we can head on to the next round. Those happy faces I collected, they're 100 points each, and the more you collect, the more bonus points you'll get at the end of the stage. You also get a health refill too at the end of every round, which is really nice. And that's it for round 1. Join me next time where I take on round 2. Until then, this is Prince Watercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!